Now there's a job vacancy going for a warehouse operative in LS11. Must be able-bodied and be able to put stickers on boxes. Now the hours are 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. Mondays, 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. Wednesdays, 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Thursdays, and 6 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. Fridays. Now the rates of pay are 5 peanuts an hour. Yes, it is. It's salted nuts they pay you. But if you work overtime, then they'll pay you dry roasted. There's also a possibility of Christmas bonuses if you work in there long enough. Now, would you be interested in this vacancy, Mr. Foster?
I've got a job at a warehouse, and I guess it ain't too bad. I just pay 30 quid a week bond to my mum and dad. It's good to be able to buy things now. The rest of my wages are mine. I buy some new clothes and DVDs, and I feel fine. I've got a job at a warehouse, and I've made a few new friends, and me and my workmates go out clubbing most weekends. We give a few winks, have 2 drinks, and all of our money's blown. Then outside of the clubs, we're singing in dubs, busking for the cab fare home. I've got a job at a warehouse, and I guess that it's okay. It pays for me a packet of crisps almost every day. But you know, I'm getting older now, and I would like a place of my own. But I can't really afford a bond, but I guess I could get a loan. I've got a job at a warehouse, and it's just fine with me. I'm still looking into renting my own property. I can't really afford much if I want to afford to eat, but I've seen a few bedsits going down on Crosswhat Street. I've still got a job at a warehouse, but now I've got my own bed sit. It's a bit of a dump, and if I'm in it too long, I start to feel like but it's good to have a place to take the girls back and have some privacy. I needed some independence now that I'm 23. I've got a job at a warehouse, and I've finally met a girl I love. She lives in the basement flat that I live above. And the girl is 8 months pregnant now. She's having Lee Foster's son. We need to find ourselves a bigger place, but we can't really afford one. I've got a job at a warehouse, and I've just turned 34. I've got a wife and kids who I adore, so it sucks being so poor. I can't afford holidays or toys for them with all this house rent to pay, but I can keep them fed and roof over their head, so I guess they'll be okay. I've got a job at a warehouse, and I'm feeling real depressed. And a crying kid and a nagging wife just help to keep me stressed. I go to the pub after work now to get some Lee Foster time. My wife ain't too happy about it, but I've told her things will be fine. I've got a job at a warehouse, as far as I know. The company's going down, and one by one they're letting people go. But there ain't no need to panic, and there ain't no need to stress, 'cause I've looked it up and I'd be better off claiming DSS.
No, Mr. Foster, you wouldn't be better off unemployed. You would have been a year ago, but not anymore. You see, David Cameron has tried to create a society that rewards work, especially for the poor and underprivileged like you. Now, the way that he's done that is not by increasing the minimum wage of 5 peanuts an hour to, say, 2 cashew nuts an hour. He's actually just made it impossible for people that are unemployed and out of work to live. But when you do find yourselves unemployed, there is things that you could do. You could have a child, and then you could claim child support and child benefits, which combined with your job seeker's allowance should be just about enough for you to be able to afford to eat. Now, you won't be able to feed your child, but you'd be able to feed yourself. But for most of you, especially the under 35s who ain't lucky enough to find a job for 5 peanuts an hour or have child, the situation and your future is pretty much you'll probably starve to death and be homeless and die.
Well, the factory is so cold. They'll pay you peanuts till you get too old. Then I'll have to let you go.